I always think to myself, why did he pick me? Why did he choose me to have this experience? What was so special about me? Why was I the one that he came to with this? If you see a chart of all of the different levels of light that there are within the universe, within the galaxy, the type of light that the human eye can see is so incredibly limited. I mean, out of all of these spectrums of light that exist, our eyes can only see like 1%. But when you're outside of your body, you can see every single spectrum of light in every single dimension that exists. And I could see that there is a literal battle going on between angels and demons on earth right now. And they are everywhere. They are all around us. Both angels and demons are around us all the time. And if you are someone who prays and you are someone who believes in Jesus, you have a literal army of angels that is fighting for you, that you can call upon in Jesus' name whenever you need.
Wow.
And it made me feel very sad for people who do not believe in Jesus, because it became very apparent to me that those are the easiest victims for demons to take hold of. When you are an earthly being and there is a supernatural entity that is attacking you, you have no armor. You have no weapons. So I can imagine that someone's life, someone leading that life, would be tormented and have everything go wrong in their life. And they just really not know why. They just really genuinely would have no understanding as to why these things keep happening to me. Why do I have all these bad experiences? Why do I feel depressed every single day? Why do I feel anxiety every single day? And it is because you have no defense against those things. When we talk about Jesus and about God and about the Bible, we have to understand that we are talking about a supernatural entity. Jesus is a supernatural entity who lives right now. He is alive right now, right in this second, right in this moment. He is alive. And he is dwelling in another dimension. From this dimension that he is dwelling in, he can look down upon you. As he sees you from his dimension just has incredible perspective. The best way that I can kind of relate it is like if you have an ant farm. An ant farm only has two sides. You know, it's a two-dimensional planet, let's say. But us as three-dimensional beings, we can look at this ant farm and we can see everything in this ant farm. We can see the top, we can see the bottom, we can flip it over, we can see the other side. It's very easy for us to observe everything that's going on in this ant farm. That is the same thing with Jesus when he looks upon us on the earth. It's very, very easy for him to look at me. He sees my past, he sees my present, he sees my future, and he sees the decision that I am making right now in this moment. He sees everything. He knows everything. So I always think to myself, why did he pick me? Why did he choose me to have this experience? What was so special about me? Why was I the one that he came to with this? After I came back to my body, I felt paralyzed. First of all, like once I finally got back into my body, I felt tears pouring out of my face. I was crying like I've never cried before. but I couldn't move my body. My body was still just like, it felt like it was coming back from the dead almost. I felt like I had died and now my body was coming back, but it was still creaky and rusty and, I couldn't quite move. And then I kind of muscled my way around, feeling like I was in a pool of molasses, and I just kind of like pulled and muscled my way out of the molasses. I sat up in my bed. I was crying profusely. The first thing I do is I call my girlfriend that I had at the time. She was the only person that I thought I could talk to about this. She was the only person really that I knew that believed in Jesus, as she did. But our relationship was already rocky. Like I mentioned, it was already kind of on the way out. And then for me to go from a person who just a day or two before had gone to a youth group meeting with her and was making fun of God, was mocking Jesus, was just making a mockery of the entire experience in the church, to go from that to now telling her, oh my God, I just had this incredible experience with Jesus and this. And I told her everything. I told her from start to finish. I told her everything that had happened. The first thing she says is, why would Jesus come to you? You don't even believe in him. And I said, well, I don't know. I don't know why he came to me. And she said, yeah, okay, all right. Well, we'll talk later. Completely nonchalant about it, completely dismissive of everything that I had told her. I'm sure she felt like it was just one big joke. Like I was just doing this to, further antagonize her. But I told her everything. She didn't believe me. We broke up, shortly after that. And I kept the experience to myself for easily 10 to 15 years. I didn't know who I could possibly talk to about it. I thought it was just too outlandish. It was just too crazy for anybody to believe me. I didn't want anybody to think that I was crazy. There's just so many of these feelings that make you feel insecure about experiences like this. And I certainly couldn't tell my parents. So I really didn't have anybody to go to. And having my girlfriend at that time be so dismissive and very rude, really, about it, it made me very scared to tell anybody. And like I said, I've kept it mostly secret. I had only told her, and after about 15 years, I met my current, who was my girlfriend then, but now she is my wife. She was the next person that I told, because I knew that her mother very, very strongly believed in Jesus. And although my wife did not have a foundation really for true belief in Jesus, she understood it enough to where I could tell her this story, and she was just, her mouth was just open, like, oh my God, wow.
Thank you so much for watching this clip. If you want to see the full interview, just click on the video on your screen right now, or check the description below for the link. I'll see you there.